Hi, Rohit. Welcome. It's great to see you. Thanks for joining us.
Hi, Rajat. Good morning. Yeah.
So I want to welcome in the audience. I'm Rajat Bhargava, co-founder and CEO of JumpCloud, and we are excited to talk to all kinds of IT leaders out there, learn from them, and really learn about what they're doing for digital transformation, identity transformation. We say this a lot at JumpCloud. We think, one of the most important things that an IT organization does is they connect their people to the technology that they need to get their jobs done. And these days, that's an incredibly difficult task with security issues, with all kinds of different technology that's coming from all different parts of the world. So we're super excited to share this conversation with our audience. And Rohit, thanks for joining. Tell us a little bit about how you came to MiQ, and tell us a little bit about MiQ.
Sure, Rajat. So, quick introduction. I'm Rohit. I currently head the platform vertical as Director of Engineering for MiQ. Have been into this new role for just about 1.5 years now, but have been in MiQ for quite long. I think I probably would be completing 8 years in a couple of months. So I joined very fresh at MiQ, have somewhere around 2014 sorts as a senior software engineering. Came from a typical background where I started on as a software engineer in backend, then got interested in product development and started working in end-to-end kind of mode. Then data excited me, so I moved into data product side of things, and hence data science, big data, and all those stuff. So led the data platform team at MiQ for about 3 years. And it's, as I said, it's just about 1.5 years when I started leading this platform vertical. So for us, platform engineering is your security, cloud, IT, DevOps. And along with that, I also lead a very small division, something called as technology R&D. We call it Tech Brew internally, a very sweet code word in terms of a team that brews technology, right? So it has been an awesome year. Have been able to grow myself personally in terms of career as well as learning drastically in last 8 years, and touch would look forward for many more.
Awesome. Tell us a little bit about MiQ and what the business does, and give us a little bit of understanding of how you've infused technology into the competitive advantage of the company.
Yeah, sure. So MiQ is, and sometimes it's very difficult to put one label to what we do, but and trust me, it has been last 10 years I've not been able to make my dad understand what do I do or what my company does, but I've been able to give him some brief examples of how does ad tech work, right, and how MiQ is basically enabling people to basically get their ad tech streamlined, right? And we are a media agency, and we like to call ourselves programmatic media agency, where programmatic is a very strong keyword there, and that's where we infuse our technology, right? So I'm sure that we all are aware of in terms of how the whole ad tech ecosystem works. It's one of the fairly complicated ecosystem that I've come across, right? And building technology is equally challenging for it, right? Be it you're building real-time ecosystem or batch ecosystem, enabling internal as well as external customers for you. And that's where technology plays a key role for us. We continue to figure out how do we blend our technology and product evolution together, right? A very simple example is when GDPR kicked in, it was a game changing in a good way or a bad way for our tech industry. And then how in 1 year we had to infuse technology to be, building circles and circumvent the whole ecosystem of data minimization, privacy, etc. Right? So how do you basically, rather than just building technology, how do you build technology to enable for people for ad tech in a programmatic way, right? And as I said, a lot of ecosystem in terms of working with various DSPs, the big names like Google, Xandr, Microsoft. Then you would have ecosystems of real-time bidding, and all of these things are not possible without a strong backed AI, as well as the speed at which we have to basically enable ads and insights, right? So a very simple word is programmatic ad tech is what we do, enabling customers to basically reach the right audience, as well as give them the right insights about the business. So that's a very spot summary of what exactly MiQ is into. And there are various domains we work on: time and place, TV, digital out of home, various other domains where we help target.
And it seems like your job's gotten a lot more complicated with things like GDPR, with privacy. And it's almost like the more you can embrace that and the more you can use technology to help keep people their data private and comply, that actually is a positive use of technology.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm glad that you mentioned the word positive, because the moment GDPR kicks in, and especially for ad tech, people tend to get a step behind, that it was not the positive thing. I think it was a fairly complicated yet much needed and an exciting thing for our tech industry in general, right? And technology has taken leaps in last 3 years when it comes to building things around, like let's say the likes of GDPR, CCPA, and privacy in general, right? And what I love is that at least for MIQ, right from the aspect of planning a product to designing a product to developing a product and releasing a product, privacy by design is the key, right? And that has been the mindset that has been changed in the last 2 to 3 years, right? Industry is moving fast, especially with respect to privacy, third-party cookie. We keep on hearing Google from 2021 to 2023, and we never know when it's going to happen. That's how complicated it is. Like the big names are still trying to resolve it, but I think we have been fairly fast. We have been fairly innovative. But yeah, as you said, it's a very much needed and an exciting and challenging thing that we're trying to work across. And technology, and it's something that cannot be solved without technology taking a key role.
So let's shift gears to identity with JumpCloud, right? I mean, we're sort of in the same area in terms of, look, privacy, security, with respect to identity is so critical internally, right? So tell us a little bit how you found JumpCloud. What was the thought process? What was your vision around, how JumpCloud could help your organization?
Yeah, I mean, I'll be very frank. I mean, when I started 1.5 years leading this team, because I don't come from the background of managing an IT admin, this was the first product that came to my attention. And I was superbly impressed that there is a level of automation, right? There is a platform existing where this level of automation is there. But I definitely had used our legacy AD server, which we had set up ourselves. And sometimes you can't use the word I hate that, because that time, I mean, it was that age where not a lot of things were automated, or cloud was not the keyword, right? And automation was not the prime focus. But remember those days where we had to create a manual server in that AD server machine, then go to Google, create it separately, create that automated thing yourself. And then basically a lot of productivity that an IT admin or a developer, I mean, had to do. And I remember spending roughly around 7 to 8K yearly just for maintenance. This is excluding our, let's say, I mean, resource in terms of employee. Just the infrastructure and maintenance almost costed at 7 to 8K. And that's where I think in 2018, we wanted to look for a lot more modernized and a complete platform, to be honest, right? And that's where JumpCloud came to our attention. We were able to migrate in less than a month, if I remember, our entire AD server into JumpCloud platforms. We continue to innovate. I mean, just to brand myself, MiQ just won a JumpCloud Community Award, I think last year.
That's right, you did.
Where the way we have been using it. But yeah, fairly one of the best additions to our overall. I'd love to hate to call it AD. I think the complete end-to-end AD, I mean, authorization, authentication ecosystem. It's one of the best additions that we have made. And we became a Prime Pass customers, and know that at least there are 4 features that we have unlocked in the last 4 to 5 months with Leo and the team. Right. So very excited, glad that came across this product. But as I said, one of the best addition in the last couple of years that we have made.
Great. Thank you for that. Let's talk about the future, though. What would you say, what would your advice be to us, or even to this industry of, as we try and continue to modernize, automate, trying to, innovate for the future? What other things do you think would be really valuable in the next 2, 3, 4, 5 years to help your organization, be even better?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of things. I remember you asking me this question when we met in Bangalore about 6 months back. I think what I feel, Rajat, is right now, be it your AD side of things, be it your cloud side of things, be it your authentication side of things, be it security side of things, we are at a stage where if you are primarily interested into buy versus build, which we are, you end up creating so many tools in your ecosystem, right? And I right now feel that while there are so much into this space, I just wish of a magic wand where a lot more connected ecosystems come together, right? I mean, for me, cloud is a different aspect. Authentication is a different aspect, right? If I talk very specifically for JumpCloud, and it could be on my wish list, is can I wake up one day, move a magic wand, and let's say I replace my something like Okta with JumpCloud? Can it be that super easy, right? I have 4 different products that I use for security, but those are for different reasons, right? Risk management has a different tool. Threat assessment has a different tool. I just feel like I have too many tools to play around with, right? And same goes with my team. While there has to be a logical reasoning for combining a lot of these things together, but I personally feel that there is a huge opportunity in the industry where, I mean, game-changing products can start looking at combining stuff together so that we don't have to look at managing, different resources, right? There are if you are especially into buy space, there are 100 of tools that come into ecosystem, and then you end up creating a whole legacy and a different management style for that. So
Yeah,
that would be my thing, right? I would look for an opportunity where folks start combining a lot of these products to build one connective suite. Like for security, I should have just one platform. I don't want to have 10 platforms. For
Yep.
authentication and authorization, I want to have one, right? Rather than having two, which is my Google as a primary IDP, Okta sitting on top of that as an AD. I know that JumpCloud has released a great IDP again, but for me, the migration is a pain right now. So can I, again, just move it like in a couple of days? Can it be that straightforward? So yeah, tend to get very passionate about this, but yeah, hopefully that makes sense.
Yeah, totally. Let's switch gears. So tell me, what do you see, as a technologist 10 years from now, not necessarily in the category of IT management tools, but just in the category of technology, right? What do you think is going to happen? What's going to be game changing out there in the next 10 years that we're going to be talking about?
Yeah, interestingly, yesterday I was walking with a couple of my, peers, and then we were discussing not exactly on the same line, but it's not about what I think would happen, but let me turn it the other way. That what I'm excited to see what could happen is human versus AI versus automation, right? And everyone can link back with the whole revolution of ChatGPT that's coming across.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm really excited to see how this AI plays well. We all have worked. Data science is a different stuff. AI is slightly different stuff, right? And the way things like human replacement with the whole AI is being talked about, I am really excited to see how this shapes up, right? And especially, I am really personally excited about, if I talk very biased and talk just about this space of IT and system engineering, I am really excited to see how AI influences it. I again feel there is a really strong opportunity where AI and this combination of IT and security and system can merge together. There are very, I'd not say small, but kind of a mediocre hints of how already people are using it for evaluation or model generation and model prediction of, let's say, security data or even your IT admin data. But I think I personally feel that there is a lot of opportunity in which how AI automation can influence the entire IT and system engineering space. This is what I feel will happen, and I think a lot of industries are already moving towards it. What I would love to see is how basically AI and human effort is going to be balanced, hopefully balanced, and it's not going to be a like-to-like replacement. How does that come together, and how people take it ahead? If that again makes sense. Yeah.
This is going to be a really interesting next decade around this whole AI area and space. And, I hope it becomes that AI unlocks us to just kind of do more of what we're good at and not spend time on the things that maybe just aren't as valuable for we as humans to be doing. So, we'll see.
You just don't want that iRobot and Will Smith turning into a reality, right? I personally, I don't want that. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Well, great. Thank you, Rohit. Thanks for the time. We really appreciate it. We look forward to continuing to work with you for many more years to come.
Thanks, Rajat. Good 10 minutes talk. Love it.